power lifter in the 190 weight class.
220 pounds.
220 weight class.
Yeah.
And basically, I want to find out, what started him into powerlifting. Why does he do it? At Conquer Strength, it's all about, love and fitness. We do this because we love to do it. It's nothing else we'd rather do without time.
Right,
so
right.
We're always interested in guys who compete in strength sports, fitness-based things, why they do it, and what keeps them motivated. So I'm asking you, what keeps you motivated, and how did you start getting into powerlifting?
All right, well, I'll answer the second part first. How I started, my wife, actually, and I were watching this LL Cool J video. It's probably about 9 to 10 years ago now. And, she's looking at him, and I'm looking at him a little bit different. I'm like, hey, man, that guy looks great. She's like, yeah, he looks great. And I was like, you know what? I bet I could look like that. I probably need to gain. At the time, I was only about 155, 158 pounds. I was like, I need to get up to about 200 pounds, probably about 8-10% body fat, man, I can look like that. Right. She was like, man, you can't do that. I was like, no, I can do it. Right. So, anyway, the challenge is what got me started. And then I got up to about 198, 199 pounds, and I was like, man, I'm pretty much there. I need something else to do. Right. Along the way, I always did the big lifts, like squats, bench presses, deadlifts, overhead presses, big compound lifts. Right. That's kind of how I built, got myself up to that weight anyway. And that was the foundation of my training. So powerlifting just became the next phase. It's like I needed another goal, something else to pursue. And powerlifting, the beautiful thing about it is that there's always a new goal. There's always a new personal record to hit. There's always another goal you can accomplish. You can either get bigger and stronger. Get stronger at the same body weight, stronger at a lower body weight. There's always something else you can do. So that's what keeps me going, just chasing new goals all the time.
Right. All right, 2 questions. One mainly for myself, because I always confuse weightlifting and powerlifting. What separates the two pretty much? Because for me, I'm just getting into Olympic lifting like this past year, so I'm not really familiar with the whole powerlifting versus weightlifting, debate or technicalities between the two. Could you explain that for me?
Sure.
Powerlifting and weightlifting.
Yeah, powerlifting and weightlifting are very much the same, or very similar, I should say, as far as the format of the sport. You get 3. There's a lift that you're doing. You get 3 attempts at each lift. You have to lift increasingly heavier weights. You can't go lighter
for powerlifting
and weightlifting, right? And they run on they're using a barbell. You're on a platform. You have 3 judges for each lift. So all of those things are the same. The main difference is the lifts themselves. The sport of weightlifting is made up of the snatch and the clean and jerk. And then the sport of powerlifting is the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. So weightlifters do 6 lifts, they get 3 of each, and powerlifters are doing 9 at a competition, 3 of each.
Wow, okay. And my second question, as you explained earlier, you're one of the smaller athletes in your group.
Right.
What do you kind of do, or what do you see as an advantage or a disadvantage for being a smaller athlete in a 220 weight class, weighing in at 204, I believe you said?
Right.
What are the advantages and disadvantages?
Advantages are very few. Because generally speaking, bigger people are stronger people. Right. As a general rule.
What about distance? I guess if you got longer legs, you got to travel a farther distance, or that doesn't actually play.
Well, no, that does play a role in everything. Body mechanics. If you're shorter, you may have less distance to cover in a squat or in a deadlift. But if you're shorter, you probably also have smaller hands. So gripping the bar. I'm sorry, I said shorter distance on a squat or deadlift. I meant squat or bench press. Right. True on the deadlift, but then you may have a disadvantage because you have smaller hands. So gripping the bar with a very heavy weight might be kind of tough. Gotcha. So every body type has its advantages and disadvantages to it. As far as being smaller, in terms of body weight, there's really no advantage. I'm trying to move up to the higher part of this weight class. I've done most of my competitions at 198 pounds. So now as you grow up into another weight class, it's hard packing on weight. Right. At least quality body weight. You get fat real fast, but that's not what I'm trying to do. So if there's any advantage, it's when you're smaller. If you can match someone else's strength, your body weight is what breaks a tie in powerlifting.
Gotcha.
So if another lifter and I lift the same amount of weight, the lighter lifter is going to get the higher place.
All right. And last thing, the shirt you have on. Tell us a little bit about the shirt you have on and what it represents for you.
Oh, this is like a memorial shirt of my friend Mike Jenkins. You see it on the back. There's one of his sayings. It won't get easier, but you will get stronger. which is, you know, just true about strength training. Things, you know, 400 pounds remains 400 pounds. That's heavy, regardless. Right. But your ability to handle that weight or any other, you know, improves as you get stronger.
And for those who don't know, who is Mike Jenkins?
Right, my friend Mike Jenkins. Again, this is like a memorial shirt. Unfortunately, he passed away on Thanksgiving Day. But Mike and I met. We were co-workers at the YMCA where I trained several years ago. And Mike went on to do very well for himself in the world of strongman, winning titles as an amateur. He won the Arnold Classic Amateur Strongman. Ended up being the runner-up and then eventually the champion at the professional level in the Arnold. And he even finished 4th place in the World's Strongest Man in China last year. And he wasn't even feeling well. He was sick. He was visibly ill, even if anyone saw it on television. But Mike passed away on Thanksgiving Day very suddenly and unexpectedly. So, you know, this is just out of respect for him. I'm getting ready to compete. So, you know, just got Mike on my mind, because he was the strongest guy, guy I knew, man.
Well, there you have it. I appreciate it.
Hey,
we'll be in there and cheering you on, man.
All right, I appreciate it.
Mike's looking down on you.
Yes, sir.
You have success.
All right, thanks a lot, brother. Peace.